So let's settle in. Maybe scoot a little bit forward on your chair if you're not already there. So the spine is nice and long. And one note about Yoga Nidra, it's usually done reclining, though I have a tasty short practice today that we can do in a chair. If you're curious about Yoga Nidra after doing a short practice, you can always go online. There are lots of people teaching lots of varieties of Yoga Nidra. So we settle in here and we notice our breath. We're arriving in the space, the mindset, the orientation that there's nothing to do, no place to be, simply here and now, present with breath. Feeling the breath as the lungs fill, and then releasing the breath. As thoroughly as possible. We bring our imagination to our breath. We bring our awareness to our body. And we sense our way into the bronchi, the tubes that branch into the lungs. They're right about here in the anatomy. And if we bring our hands here and palpate around, we may find tender bits. Those tender bits are lung points, which are very helpful to keep the energy in the lung meridian from getting stuck, from pausing, to keep the energy moving here. So we're going to do a little massage. You might move it around a little bit and find the most tender point. And then when we find the tender point, we're going to pause. And we're just going to allow a little pressure. We don't need to hurt ourselves, but just a little pressure, and imagine that your fingertips are like acupuncture needles. Only instead of needles, we're imagining light flowing through our fingertips into these lung points. Let the jaw be soft here. And then we release the hands. And as we breathe, we're going to see if we can notice the breath scooting through the bronchi. Maybe take one at a time. So maybe we start with our right side. And we feel the breath, and in the right side, there are 3 lobes in the lungs. And we're going to sense or imagine that we can bring breath into the first, second, and third lobe on the right side. So we're seeing our lungs as articulated in our mind's eye. And we're feeling our way into that articulation with our breath. So again, this is subtle, a subtle practice. And now we're going to take our attention to the left bronchi. We're going to breathe into the bronchial tube. Sense our way in. And on the left side, there's 2 lobes. And so we're imagining or sensing our way into the filling of our lungs, our lung on the left side, the 2 lobes. And if you're home alone or feeling like it's okay, we're going to do a deep breath in now, and we're going to let the breath out with an exhalation and a sound of whoosh. So breathe in and breathe out with a whoosh. And now we return to normal breathing. So it's said that a lot of times to clear the lungs, a lot of us cannot find the lowest lobe where the air is stagnant and stale. So whooshing with an extended push of the breath out can help create more room in the lungs for fresh air. So we're going to start with our right leg, and we're going to draw it up, and we start by pinching the toes, extending the toes, pinching the toes, extending the toes, pinching the toes, extending the toes, pinching again, and extending. We're going to flex the foot and then point the foot. Flex the foot, point the foot. Flex the foot and point the foot. And then we're going to circle the ankle in one direction and then the other. Release that foot to the floor. Feel the sensation. Notice the sensation of the foot that we just worked. And now let's go to the left leg. Drawing that leg up and in. We pinch the toes and expand the toes. Pinch the toes. And when we expand, maybe stretch the foot out a little bit. Pinch, spread the toes. Pinch, spread the toes. And then we point the foot and flex the foot. Point and flex. Point, flex. One more time. And then we circle that ankle one more direction. And then the other. Foot comes to the floor. Pause. Find a nice spine length. See if we can lift our heart. And now we come back to the first leg. We're coming up to the knee. So we start with the still foot, circle the knee. One direction, then the other. And now we're going to extend and then drop the leg. Extend and drop the leg. Extend and drop the leg. Come back to the mat. Pause for a moment and switch legs. Still foot, circle the knee. One direction and then the other. And now we extend the leg and then drop it. practicing our hinge joint, extend and drop, extend and drop. Foot comes to the mat. So some of you have heard this before, but the joints have a fluid inside of them. It's called synovial fluid. And the synovial fluid can turn to jelly instead of being really liquidy and emulsified. It kind of gets a little stuck. So the joint work helps emulsify and liquefy the synovial fluid. In addition to that, the joints in the body in Chinese medicine are connected to the liver. And to stay healthy, we want to have a liver that is highly functional, right? That sounds good. We're going to lift that right leg. So we're bringing the hand underneath and we're just swinging the leg open and closed, open and closed. Keep the breath moving. And now we're going to circle that hip joint. One direction and then the other. And that foot comes to the mat and we pause. Ooh, howdy. Notice the right and the left side. Oh, here we go. We're going to open that left leg, the left hip joint. We're sweeping the leg, swinging it. I like to hold on when I'm doing this to the opposite side of the chair. And now we're going to bring that into a circle. So now we're circling the hip joint one direction and then the other. And then we're pausing. Both feet rest on the floor. We connect with the long spine again. And now we're going to roll around the sits bones, roll around the pelvis, making big circles in one direction. Nice breath here. And then switch directions. Here we go. I noticed my circle turned into a little bit of an obtuse device. Attempt to make that a circle. And then we're going to come to a pause. And now let's feel into our rib cage. And we're going to take the rib cage to the right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And then we're going to come forward. So this creates a little bit of that cow arch. So we're lifting here. And then let's go into that cat arch here. Rounding the shoulders. Coming back up. Lifting the heart. Waking up the spine. And one more time. And then we come to a pause. And let's visit our neck. Let's do our shoulders first. We're going to lift the left shoulder, roll it back, and bring it down, forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down. Switch sides, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, and down. Shake it out. We're going to draw our arm across our heart We extend through the hand. So the fingers are alive on this side. Extend, pause and hold. Then we're going to sweep that arm up and release it as we bring this arm across, figuring it out. Lively fingers, breathe here. And then we're going to sweep this arm around and we come back. Now let's swim both arms forward and both arms back. Then we come to the wrist. Let's take that left wrist in circles. Waggle the fingers as we're circling. Switch directions. And right hand. Fingers are alive. They're moving too. Switch directions. Pause. Now we come to the neck. We're going to start taking the left ear to the left shoulder. Back to center, right ear to right shoulder. Back to center, left ear. Turn the chin down. Turn the chin up, down, up, down, up. And this time when we turn the chin down, we're going to slide the chin across the collarbone, coming to the left side. The ear is toward, the right shoulder. Chin up and down, up, down, up, down, up. This time when we come down, we're going to slide to the center notch of the collarbone. Take one hand to the forehead, one hand under the chin. Lift the head. Now, won't you join me in some Yoga Nidra and a little meditation? And with Yoga Nidra, we start with an intention, which is also called the Sankalpa, but the intention. And the intention is in present time. So settle into an idea that starts with I am. Make it a positive phrase. And this becomes the intention for the practice today. We'll come back to that. Just allow it to nestle in your heart. So the Sankalpa is like a prayer or an affirmation. So we're going to begin by squeezing everything in our body tight. Our hands, our face, our shoulders, our feet, our legs. We're just really bringing a lot of contraction into the body wherever we can. Yeah, holding tight, holding breath. Squeeze, 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 and relax. Gently close your eyes if it feels safe to do so. Otherwise, a soft focus is fine. We're going to begin with an awareness of the right side of the body. So we bring our attention to the crown of the head. Then the right side of the face, the ear, the eye, the right side of the nose, the jaw. The attention slides down the neck. We notice the shoulder, including the back side of the shoulder blade, the upper back, the chest. Attention slides down the right arm, forearm, elbow, upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, hand, the weight of the hand resting on the lap, the palm of the hand and the back of the hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. We come back with our attention to our right side of our torso, front and back. Attention comes into the right side of the pelvis. We notice where the torso connects with the leg. Our attention slides down the leg, the whole leg, into the knee, the shin and calf, all sides of the ankle, sole of the foot, top of the foot, big toe and toe tip, second toe, toe tip, third toe, toe tip, fourth toe, toe tip, and fifth toe, pinky toe. We pause, sitting with the sensation. And now we're going to take the scan to the other side of the body, starting at the crown of the head, that side of the face, forehead, eye, nose, nostril, side of the jaw, down into the neck, down into the shoulder, including the shoulder blade, sliding the attention down the shoulder into the upper arm, the elbow, the forearm, the wrist, feeling the hand as it rests on the leg, the palm and the top of the hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. The attention comes to the torso on this side of the body, both front and back, including that belly. Then we notice where the trunk or torso of the body meets the leg, and we bring our attention to our sit upon, the buttocks. Then we slide our attention down the leg, into the knee, the calf and shin, all the way around the ankle, the sole of the foot, the top of the foot, the big toe and the toe tip, the second toe and the toe tip, third toe and the toe tip, fourth toe, toe tip, and fifth toe, pinky toe tip. Pausing for a moment, noticing the sensation on that side of the body. And now we notice the sensation in the whole body. We feel the whole body as an energetic unity. We return to our affirmation, to our sankalpa, our I am statement. And we return our awareness fully to our breath. Out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. From our friend Rumi. I invite you to bring your focus outward, please. For a moment, feel the sensation of really looking out of your eyes, looking out at the world from behind your eyes. And won't you join me as we close our practice, our traditional closing? We open our arms wide, we gather all the blessings that already exist, and we draw them in appreciation and deep, heartfelt gratitude. And together, we all say, Namaste.